I'm solid with it.
Okay.
It doesn't hurt me. My decision to train to teach Alexander technique. Like, people could say it's a scam. Doesn't bother me.
I might beg to differ with that, my friend.
Okay.
I saw you get kind of defensive about it one time. Unnecessarily so.
Okay. But my decision to train to teach 3 years Alexander technique doesn't bother me.
Okay.
Generally speaking. Like, there may be exceptions.
All right.
My blog posts where I've been fair, I've been balanced, where I've been accurate, and where what I've written is important.
Both posts.
Yeah. My decision to spend years in therapy. Like, people would say, oh, therapy is a crock.
Oh, who are those? What kind of people would say such a thing? That's disgusting. It's terrible.
That doesn't bother me at all.
Who could say such a thing? Yeah.
My decision to do a mitzvah. If I do a mitzvah and someone criticizes me for doing a mitzvah, it doesn't bother me at all. But there are lots of areas in my life where criticism does hurt me. And these are areas where I'm not at peace with myself. Like when someone points out to me how I've unnecessarily hurt someone and done harm, that bothers me. When I've used somebody, that bothers me. When I've written something unfair, inaccurate, or just unnecessary.
Yeah, I was going to say this is not an if or whatever.
Either or.
Either or.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can write something that's fair and balanced, but it doesn't belong on a blog. It's like nobody's business.
Right.
It's like Lashon Hora.
Right.
It's this private matter.
Right.
And even if it's technically public, it's not something that should be discussed.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like Lashon Hora. Like, just because like the news broadcasts this every day and it's public knowledge doesn't mean that Jews should discuss it.
Right.
So that's a completely different thing.
So it needs to be fair, it needs to be balanced, it needs to be accurate, and it needs to be important.
It needs to be
worthy of being published.
Yes, exactly. Okay, those are good.
So, in what areas of your life can people not hurt you?
Well, I would say you said to convert to Judaism.
Mm-hmm.
I convert my decision to walk every day being from to be here, in the middle of L.A. Dressed the way I am, with these payas, right? And all the women want to grab my payas, right? To walk like this, and go day after day without seeing anybody dressed like me.
Yeah.
To be like this every single day in L.A.
So you're solid doing mitzvahs.
I mean, it's like, somebody would say, hey, what are you doing? And I'm like, it's like stupid.
Right.
It's like I'm impervious to that. It's
like if someone says, oh, why do you keep kosher? That's stupid. That's not going to bother you.
No, it's
someone
like...
attacks you for keeping kosher.
No, if they can't tag me for keeping kosher, like keeping Shabbos,
having a beard,
having a beard, why are you doing this? Why don't you take a break from Torah?
Right,
it's like, it's just...
It doesn't bother you at all when people criticize you.
No, not for those kind of things.
Because you're solid in those areas.
Right.
Like, you're at peace with your decisions, and you're solid, so it doesn't bother you. So I think that's like a fascinating... Let's keep our minds on Torah. So I think that's important to share with people out there that, like, if you're getting like really worked up because people are criticizing you or attacking you for something, if it's hurting you and it's wounding you, it's because you're not at peace with your own decisions in those areas.
Well,
or the circumstances.
It could be, but I don't judge everybody like that. I would say somebody might get bothered if, because they've been picked on or something.
Right.
And it's just like, it's like an area like, I don't want to talk about it. It's like my decision, and I just want to be left alone on it, or something like that, I'll give you, for instance, like my decision, like, I don't want to have kids. I'm 100% on that. I mean, I'm 110% on that. People can talk all they want. I don't really give a fuck. You know what I mean? I'm not going to change on that.
Right.
That's never gonna change, right?
Yeah.
But it annoys me when some people continue to not want to understand that and start draining me a cup with it. I cut them off. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I'm sick of hearing it. Get out of my life. And so it's not really like I'm insecure with my decision. It's just I don't want to hear it anymore. I'm like sick of it. You understand this? It's like if you heard like 300 people telling you, Levi, you got to cut your beard. Levi, you got to cut your beard. Levi, you got to cut your beard. After a while, you would just like, if you say you're going to tell me to cut my beard, get out of my life. Does that register at all? Even though you're never going to cut your beard, it doesn't. You don't care. You just get sick of hearing it.
Yeah.
You know. And okay, you know, and that's the same kind of thing with. I made a video about this. I get tired of people saying stuff like, "Oh, guys our age shouldn't be dating teenagers."
Yeah, right.
I got no problem with dating teenagers. What's the big deal, right? To me, it's not. It's a nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to be dating young women
Till the day you die.
till the day I die. I'm going to be. Let's face it. You know, I mean, it's like if I'm not married.
And we're talking 18 and above. We're not talking 13.
No. Well, 18-year-olds.
17 with the permission of the parents.
No, he just moved to Jersey. He moved to Jersey and there's 16-year-olds, whatever. But I mean, it's like if I'm, let's say, 60 years old.
Yeah.
And I'm still not married, and I'm going to be dating somebody younger than me. I don't think it's ever going to happen that I'm going to be dating someone my age. You know, I don't think that's in the cards for me. From this.
You a member of AARP?
No, I was a member of AA though. Does that count? Yeah, I know. This is my selling point to a young woman who's like 18. Hey,
Yes.
I can get you a AARP discount. Daddy, you. Oh, Ginger's in the room. Hey, Ginger, how's it going?
Hey, sports fans! This week's Torah portion.
Hey, Bray, go back to the chat room for a second. There's
This
a
is an
couple.
exciting one. It's Tazria.
Oh, and Hector's in there. Hey, Hector, how he's going? Yeah.
And it's always a good one. Tazria is Leviticus chapter 12 to the end of Leviticus 13.
Oh, okay. We're doing the Parashat.
So after a woman has a baby girl, she is tameh. And there's no good English translation for tameh. That she's
Impure.
in a state of ritual impurity, but for 2 weeks, but for only 1 week after a baby boy. So are all male-female differences in the Torah anti-woman? Does the Torah look down on the birth of girls? Do Jews look down on the birth of girls? Is it like a bummer and we have to punish the mother?
No, you want to know the reason on
Yeah.
that? It's a good point. So we wait 14 days. She's tummy for 14 days with a girl and 7 days with a boy. Pasuk also says over there that after 8 days the father has to make a bris for the son.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Circumcises the son. After 14 days. If it's a girl, then there's 14 days. So you see that Judaism, Torah says that. You see from there that there's a actually Rav Hirsch brings this down. You know Shimshon Raphael Hirsch.
Yeah.
He says a whole thing on this because you see from there that the Torah is telling us what's incumbent upon the parents. On the man, he's supposed to give his son. It's a reminder that he's going to give his son the bris. For the woman, it's remind her that she's going to bring the daughter up, and teach her about the Nida period.
Mm-hmm.
So the first week, the 7 days, doesn't matter who it is. The extra 7 for a girl is to remind the mother that she's going to have to tell her daughter about 7 days of purity. She's going to have to bring her up and tell her about the Nida period. That's it.
And also, if the mother's going to go to the boy's bris, she needs to be able to go to the boy's bris. So 7 days after a boy, she can attend the bris.
What? Why couldn't she? What?
Let's say she's having the bris at shul.
Right.
So if she's ritually impure for 14 days, she can't go to the bris.
Why can't you go to the bris?
Well, if she's that impure, she can't go to the bris, particularly if it's like held somewhere where you can't have someone
When it
that's
says she's
impure.
impure, she's just Nida. It's like she's Nida.
She's tameh.
She's Nida. Can a woman who... Lady. I know you haven't learned these laws, but let me ask you something. When a woman's Nida today, right? Like she's having her period, is she allowed to go to a bris?
Yes.
Thank you.
But the purity laws aren't in effect today.
Actually, they are. It's basically the same laws.
There are all sorts of purity laws. Almost all the purity laws in the Torah are not in effect.
Yeah, but it's